Coming up on a brand new episode of Modern Flame, it is Thanksgiving week. So, we're going to talk about all of the NBA stuff that we are thankful for. Forget the marshmallows. Get your turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie ready. Let's go.
Let's go. I cannot wait for green bean casserole.
I was going to ask you, what's your go-to like first plate? What are you throwing on the first plate of the day?
Oh man. So first plate. I'm like Joker out there. First plate. I'm just getting a little bit of everything. A little rebounds, a little assists, a little scoring. I'll go
Just get a
turkey.
taste of everything.
Yeah. I'll go turkey. Grab some skin. You gotta have some of the skin too.
Gotta have the skin.
Um, Mashed potatoes, green bean casserole. We'll do stuffing. We'll do some squash and like 4 dinner rolls maybe. A little gravy on top. Can't go wrong.
Course.
What's your go-to?
So I've never had green bean casserole.
Oh, dude. They put the little crispy like onion flakes on it. Oh man. It's
That does sound
not
good.
nearly as good as what I'm, making it out to sound. But it for like once a year, it hits. It
Well,
hits.
that's the dirty little secret about Thanksgiving is like you wouldn't want to have really any of this food consistently.
Correct.
Maybe like mashed potatoes. That's kind
Yeah.
of like a
Yeah.
that's a staple with a number of
But you're
different
not just
meals.
like
But
out
like
here like eating like stuffing and squash just like on a
right,
Tuesday.
exactly.
You're not doing that. So no, I get what
So
you're
I
saying.
do love stuffing. The biggest portion of my plate is going to be reserved for stuffing.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotta be a little crispy though. Do you like yours a little crispy?
I do like a little crunch.
Yeah.
You go for the crunchiest part of the stuffing.
Yep. Yep.
Turkey with a little skin, mashed potatoes and gravy, couple dinner rolls. I if it's available, I like having either the corn or peas because I like
Mm.
mixing it with my potatoes.
Yep. Yep.
I
You're right.
basically just create like a big pile of stuffing and potatoes and one of those vegetables and just eat it all together.
Yeah.
Then I'll save the either the squash or like the sweet potato casserole. That's like my pre-dessert dessert.
Okay.
I have that as like a second plate kind
Okay.
of thing.
Yeah. I feel you.
But can't go wrong.
No. Absolutely. Can't go wrong with the NBA this year either.
Such a fun season.
Such a fun
We're
season.
we're having a riot covering it so far. We're about a month in. This is our third episode of Modern Flame. And what we wanted to do today, we each picked 4 things that we're grateful for related to the NBA. And there are really no parameters besides that. It could be anything. It could be a player. It could be a team. It could be a game. It could be an idea. And we have no idea what each other's list is gonna look like. So Vin, I'm gonna kick it to you, Mr. Green Bean Casserole. What do you got as the first thing that you're grateful for in the NBA this year?
So the way I did my list was like a, I'm gonna go my I'm thankful for all of them, but this is my fourth thing I'm thankful for, not my first thing.
I didn't
Um,
order it like that. That's
yeah,
interesting.
that's fine. Go do it how you feel.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna go though. My Duke guys. Coming into this year, I did not have a ton of expectation on Duke in the NBA. We're missing Kyrie, we're missing Tatum. McCain was out early, and then Paolo got hurt too. So I was thinking we are going to be a little bit of a struggle city here, but the young guys, my young guys, Kon and Coop, have had a really nice start to the rookie year. Even though people are saying Cooper is struggling, I still think that he's having a heck of a year. His team isn't necessarily built to, probably maximize him as a player. But overall, he's averaging 16 and 6. Can't go wrong there. And Kon Knueppel. Kon is I text Sonny way too much about Kon. Kon to me just reminds me of like a 10-year vet in the NBA. He's averaging 19 and 6 on over 40% from three. I think he's at like 43% right now. He just fits the NBA already. He's got an NBA body. I think he's gonna be really good for a really long time. I know Bill Simmons had him on like his 2028 USA
Yeah.
team. That might happen, but we'll see. The other guy that's really standing out right now is Jalen Johnson. Coming back off an injury, averaging 22, 9, and 7. Frankly, the Hawks look better when he's dominating the ball more than Trey,
He's their best player.
without a
It's
doubt.
like I don't even know that it's a debate at this point.
Yep. Got him on a nice contract too. I don't think they overpaid, so I think that they could potentially start to look to build their team around him. And then lastly, and this was the most unexpected one, the Raptors behind Brandon Ingram, who's averaging 21 and 6, and then R.J. Barrett, 19 and 5, are currently the 2 seed in the East. I don't know if that's going to go much further past December. I do think they're going to be a playoff team. I do think maybe one of them might get traded. But definitely a surprise that I was thankful for. Shout out to my Duke guys. We're getting healthy. We'll be back. And I will go out there and say I could put a better Duke team together than any other college. So we could argue offline. You guys know where to find me.
We do. We put your Instagram handle at the start of every episode and everything.
That's a fact.
Um,
What are you thankful for this year?
well, before we get into mine, I wanna throw two things out
Yeah.
specifically about the rookies. Um, I'm not at all worried about Cooper Flag. We touched on this in one of our first two episodes of Modern Flame. I just the situation that he's in is about as I mean it's bleak. That Dallas is that's just a sad state of affairs. I see enough flashes from him when I watch where I'm like, okay, I know what this is going to look like when there is an infrastructure around him that is stable and when he's not playing out of position,
Right.
when he's with the right kind of team. I mean, just the other night, he had I think, probably his best game against New Orleans.
Yeah.
He had 29, 7, and 5.
Yep.
I thought he played really well. And then Knueppel. I mean, he's got me more invested in Hornets basketball than I have been at any point since Al Jefferson and Kemba Walker were rocking the Hornets uniforms.
Yep.
Like he to me is like Gen Z Chris Mullin.
Yeah.
He just has such a great feel for the game already. Like you said, he plays like a 10-year vet. He never forces things. He stepped right in. There was a game, it was against Milwaukee because he was playing in his hometown.
Yep.
And he hit the three, at the end of regulation to send it to overtime, and they cut to his family in the crowd. Like, he is every bit as good already as I thought he would probably get to within his first couple years in the league.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, the two Duke rookies I think are just going to be excellent. I'm not worried at all about them. Since you brought up the Raptors, I'll bring up the first thing that I'm grateful for this year. The Eastern Conference is interesting, even though Indiana and Boston have just been like rendered mostly obsolete. The East is just a lot of fun.
It is. It is.
Like every single night, you could count on one good game from teams that you don't necessarily have circled as like, oh, I gotta watch them tonight. But like, you put Philadelphia and Chicago on a court together, and it's gonna be a riot of a game. And like, who the hell knows what's gonna happen with these standings throughout the year? Like, Toronto's the 2 seed now, and you said, who knows how long that's gonna be? But like, they could be the 4 seed, and I wouldn't be stunned.
Yeah.
Like, I think Detroit is here to stay, and Cleveland and New York are going to round into shape. But, like, who's the 4th best team in the East? Why couldn't it be Toronto? Why couldn't it be Philadelphia? Why couldn't it be Chicago or Miami or Milwaukee? I'm just grateful for the fact that even though Halliburton and Tatum aren't in the picture, the Eastern Conference, not as good as the West, but they're still delivering in terms of entertainment value.
Oh,
For
it's
that,
more. I mean,
I'm grateful.
that's a great one. I think I was telling you, it's not as good as the West. Obviously the West probably has the 3 best teams in basketball currently.
Yep.
But it might be harder to get into the top 6. Just because there's so many teams that are right there in the East that it, like you said, I mean, really, anywhere from 1 to 10 right now. Detroit is obviously 14-2, and Boston's 9-8. I think Detroit is clearly going to be in the top 6. I think that New York and Cleveland will, but realistically, outside of the next 7. It's a pick 'em. Like and Milwaukee. Like Milwaukee is sitting at 11 right now.
Giuliano's hurt, which is a bummer because he was off to such a good start this year.
Yep. No, that's 100% true. The entertainment factor has been awesome this year on the East. You got a new kind of rising superstar in Cade and Duran, and are they real? Like, are they still a year or 2 away? I think it's the Knicks and Cavs like last year probably to really go for it with this group. I think if either of them don't necessarily play up to par in the playoffs, you're going to see some roster moves. That's just my prediction, but no, that's East is it's the year of the East, and didn't see it coming.
I just think for the volatility throughout the year, I just think that there are going to be wild swings in the standings from one week to another. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch, where it's going to be like, okay, Philadelphia is 8th on Monday, and now they're 3rd on Sunday, and then a week from then they're down to 9th, and it's like, what the hell? They're yo-yoing all over the place.
Yep.
I just think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And with the Eastern Conference, we have to take what we can get.
Yep, that's a great point. That is a great point. Very thankful for that. All right, the next one, I feel good about myself. I'm thankful that some folks are happy. I couldn't be more thankful that I get to see a happy Luka Doncic, in a happy. Well, he was happy. A happy Nikola Joker Jokic. Those two guys are just on a completely different level right now. Luka is averaging 34, 5, and 9. Or I'm sorry, about 34.5, 9, and 9. The Lakers are 12 and 4. after missing LeBron for nearly a month, probably more than
Up
a
until the
month.
last two games.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he's smiling. He's hitting these crazy shots that I love when Luka hits. He's not hounding refs.
Yeah.
I really think that his fit with LA, with JJ being his coach, him being in shape, just the headache of last year behind him. It's really fun to see Luka kind of at the top of his game. Another person that I'm very thankful to see happy is Joker, Nikola Jokic, averaging 30, 13, and 11. But the kicker here is he's shooting 63% from the field, 42% from two, and 42% from three, and 86% from the free throw line. It's just insane numbers from a big. It's insane numbers from anybody. It's just, I love watching him play. The Nuggets are 12-4 also. And I feel like a lot of this came with their offseason moves of putting guys around him that he could, get involved and not take so many shots. Unfortunately, Christian Brown went out, AG went out, so we're going to get a little bit more of his scoring punch. But Joker's been unbelievable this year. And both guys, it's just been so fun to watch, and they've taken their teams to, just these insane levels where they're second and third in the West right now, I believe. Second and third.
Yeah, that is accurate. The Jokic thing, it's been ridiculous for a while. The 63, 42, 86 shooting splits, I just didn't think I'd see the day where that was happening.
No.
Also, still early. We're 16 games into the season. He has a 37.0 PER right now.
That's just wild.
And for context, for the longest time, it was like anything above 30 is hollowed ground.
Yep.
You're like, Jokic has just made that a habit. He has the current regular season record, 32.85. That was in 2022. So he's 4 full points higher this year than he was in the greatest single season PER season ever. Yeah. I don't know what to do with that. No. It's strengthening the case that I've made, I think, on the pod. At the very least, I've made it to you offline. I think he's the greatest offensive basketball player that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting the numbers up that prove it. I mean, his shooting numbers are just out of this world. Like you said, he had a 37.0 PER. Which he's almost averaging 30 in his career. Like his career average is nearly 30. It's just insane. Yeah. But I want to say Wilt's in the year where he averaged like 50 and 20 was only like 34. They did this. Someone was able to kind of take all of his stats.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This including that season. This would be the highest any player has ever rated. So when you say that, it maybe sounds like prisoner of the moment, but there's data that backs it up. You can't.
And it's not 1 year. That's a thing. It's not one. Like we're on a solid half decade now where he has just been operating on a level offensively that no one else can reach.
Yep.
And to your point, like they have, when at full health, the right team around him now. It resembles the team that they had in 2023 when they won the title, where you're getting a version of Jamal Murray that's close to peak Murray. the Cam Johnson thing hasn't even really worked out yet, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like he's still finding his footing there. But like Bruce Brown, that worked. Tim Hardaway Jr., that worked. They were even going with a double big lineup with him and Valanciunas the
Yep.
other day against the Rockets.
Yep.
Awesome game. I mean, just a mini thing we could say we're grateful for was that game. No, I mean, I hope that they don't slip too much with Brown and Gordon being out. Because they're just so much fun, and I just want to. I want every I want to squeeze everything out of Jokic, his prime that we can. I don't want anything to I don't want to look back on it and be like, man, if only. Like,
Right.
he's too special of a player for any if onlys. Like, we just need him and the Nuggets at max capacity every year when he's still in his prime.
Absolutely. Let them battle it out with OKC for the next 5 years. I'm cool with that. But I did some research too. Wilt's highest player rating was 32%. So
Okay.
Yep, he does indeed have the highest of all time. So, yeah, you're right.
Wild. Okay, next up for me. I'm grateful for the variety of different styles of basketball that we get to watch.
Mm.
I can't really remember a time where it felt like there were this many different kinds of basketball teams you could watch on any given night. Like, for the most part, the last quarter century, teams kind of play the same way. There are a few outliers here and there, but really, like, this is the comparison that I came up with. The NBA for a long time, it's felt like a burger joint.
Yeah.
Where like you're going there and you could get different kinds of burgers, but basically it's all burgers. And then, okay, yeah, you might be able to get a milkshake over here, a hot dog, and that's like your Suns in '05, where everyone else is playing kind of a certain way. And then you have the Suns, they're a little different. But now it's more like a Cheesecake Factory menu where like you're like, okay, I got Mexican food on this page. Now we're on to Asian. How the hell am I looking at brunch options now?
Right.
The NBA is just like, depending on who you watch, it could be completely different styles of play. And maybe I'm reading into it too much. Maybe I'm making something like a bigger deal out of this than it really is. But like the Pistons and Rockets just beat the hell out of everyone. They're so big and physical. The Rockets are going to end up breaking the single season record for offensive rebounding
Without a
rate.
doubt.
Like they're just ridiculous. But then you have a team like the Thunder that's just pressing the hell out of you and just putting so much pressure, and their perimeter guys are just like a pack of hyenas. The Nuggets have Jokic, and he's just a one of one. He's an offense all by himself. You got you got the Knicks, who are playing completely different than they were in the Tibbs era. There's just way more ball movement, way more 3-point shots. The Heat, and like they're just running the hell out of the
Yep.
like they're up and down. Philadelphia, they're two different teams depending on whether Embiid's playing.
Right. Literally.
Yeah, and then you have the Hawks and the Hornets, who are better. They're both better without their starting point guards. It just, I'm very grateful for the fact that we're not watching 30 teams play the exact same way. It actually almost feels more like college
Yeah.
does at times, where it's like, okay, the Big 12 plays one way, and the ACC plays another
Yep.
way, and the Big 10, like they're all different, but we got 30 teams of it. It's just been a lot of fun to watch the variety.
Absolutely. And it's just crazy to think that the Houston Rockets right now are last in 3-point attempts, but first in offense in 2025.
And it's going to be the greatest offensive rating ever.
Mm-hmm. And it's purely because Steven Adams just beats you up. But in all
Adams,
seriousness,
Sengun, they're just
Yeah.
big and long and
Yep.
yeah.
And when you also bring in, probably the one of the most efficient shooters of all time,
Mhm.
it's going to help your cause. Um, Also, getting rid of Jalen Green might help that cause.
Yes.
But no, I think that it's a great point. The league it's not, just like you said, a burger joint where you're gonna just get variations of the same thing. It's playing to their strengths, um, and yeah, it's been awesome to watch and get to see and also get to like see what styles don't show up as good when they're playing against another team, another style,
Right.
and it gets you
It's
ready for
almost
the
like
playoffs.
another kind of comparison. It's like when you have two different boxers or MMA fighters,
Right.
where one is like a wrestler and one is a guy who wants to stand up and throw hands,
Yep.
and you're like, okay, which of these styles is gonna win out?
Yep.
It's like that with some matchups in the league right now. It's like that Thunder Rockets game, the very first game of the season, kind of set the tone for it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Is it my
Yep.
turn? All right. So, well, I am thankful this basketball off season and all or off season, this basketball season, in all seasons is the NBA trade deadline. I love that the NBA trade deadline is impactful every year. I don't love when you're watching a really good player on a bad team and it's just a wasted year. Like, oh well, it's Justin Jefferson. Sorry, buddy. Might be 2 to 3 years before you're on a legit team. Where in the NBA, even if it doesn't happen, there's the idea that it could. And
Yeah.
it's such a fun game to play. And I mean, every year impactful players do go. Last year, obviously, was a little extreme. We had Jimmy, Luka, AD, all getting traded, but the guys that I'm more interested in are like the DeAndre Hunters, or like who are the guys who are gonna realistically get traded to a good team, a title contender that's gonna push them over. And I'm interested in that. Now, this year we do have some star names that we could talk about, and I'm sure we will talk about later. But I think that we could maybe get a marketing trade, or we can get a Trey Young or an AD trade. Basically, anyone from the Kings, if you're interested. Probably not, but if you are, I'm sure you could get someone.
I did see a report today that the Clippers were interested in DeRozan because like what they need really is more guys in their mid 30s.
Oh gosh, that makes no sense whatsoever.
None.
Who are they gonna? Who with who?
I don't know.
What? Oh my goodness! All right, it'll probably be like John Collins too, or something like eh, someone who's actually a little athletic. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that trade doesn't happen. But I love the fact that you don't just got to be buried on a bad team in the league. Obviously, if you're a superstar, you're probably not going to get traded. But a lot of good players get traded every year, and they make impacts in the playoffs. And it's super fun to be in the trade machine. So yeah, I'm thankful for that.
No, we'll definitely dial up the trade talk come January, February.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think that there are a number of really consequential players who could end up being on the move. And what's funny is there are teams, I look at a team like the Timberwolves who have made the conference finals 2 years in a row, but clearly they're missing something.
Right.
I mean, they need a point guard. They just feel a little stagnant to me. So like, what kind of swing do they make? Or, a team like the Warriors Kuminga is probably going to be on the move. What do they get for him?
Right.
Are they looking toward the future? Are they trying to, stock their cupboard with draft assets, or are they okay, we're still in win now mode. We got Steph and Jimmy and Draymond. We got to push forward now. I just think that there are a lot of different teams that could pivot a lot of different ways. And I think even if we don't end up with the super duper star names being moved, I think that we're going to have a pretty consequential trade deadline.
Absolutely.
Okay. The next thing I'm grateful for, this is a mini one. And I don't know if I'm just grateful for it. It's a little sobering too. We're getting a lot of throwback uniforms that are just uniforms that we grew up with. It's weird that we're now of an age where, like just conceptualizing that the navy blue uniforms that the Cavs wore in Game 5, which we just covered, or we're going to be covering it. This episode hasn't even come out. This Friday, spoiler alert. They wore this uniform in Game 5 of the 2007 playoffs, and now it's a throwback uniform. But it's reminded me of how many great uniforms there were in the early 2000s. We have those. I already shouted out the Timberwolves black uniforms, the Sixers black uniforms, like the old school AI.
Ones, yep.
Those are fantastic. The Jazz, they have the remixed kind of late 90s with the purple and the hills. I eat those up. The Magic, they brought their striped 90s uniforms back. There's just a lot of good uniforms around the NBA right now. But again, not only are they good uniforms, it's a little sobering when it's on the broadcast. They're like, oh, they're wearing their throwback uniforms tonight. And I was like, I remember those.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Navy Cavs throwback that hit home. I was watching that game and it was throwback night, and then they were wearing those, and I was like, wait, what? These aren't.
I had that LeBron jersey in a size that I could probably still wear now.
Yes.
I wasn't a little kid when they started wearing those.
Right.
I was deep into my teens.
Right. No,
and now it's a throwback jersey. God, we're old, man.
Yeah, it's tough. That hit home. But yeah, no, great jerseys around the league. I'm not sure I love the courts, but I do love the jerseys.
Yeah, I don't know that I need that much color during the NBA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's probably a different way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is yet. Maybe we need to brainstorm that at some point. But
So I like how in March Madness the courts they all kind of look alike. But there's uniqueness within the rounds. So each round looks a little bit different, but the court looks I think it would be kind of cool if the NBA had a unified court. Don't make it boring. Do something with it. I don't know what that is, but it would be kind of cool if they did one individual. This is the cup game court.
I think I'm behind that. Even if you did it something where one kind of court variation on the Eastern Conference side.
Yeah.
And another on the Western Conference side, or one that was specific to all their groups.
Right, exactly. And that's how you tell what group they're in or something like that. See, now we're coming up with stuff.
Somebody, maybe it was, who the hell was it? I don't remember. Maybe the Timberwolves. There was a lime green court, and I was like,
you saw the reflection on the players.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm just being the old man who's get off my porch.
Right.
But I don't need courts to be that bright.
No. I like the uniforms though. So Keep.
Yeah, uniforms have been solid. Good
Yep.
job by the NBA. The Heat are bringing back the Vice City jerseys too. I don't know that they've worn them yet this year, but I do know that's coming. I'm a big fan of the Miami Vice
Think they
uniforms.
have, but I'm not I'm think they have brought them back already, but I'm not 100% sure. Do love those though; those are solid. All right, last thing I'm thankful for. I am thankful for NBA podcasts, and I obviously am saying that because we are on an NBA podcast. I'm thankful for Modern Flame. I'm thankful for the Campfire, getting to cover the best game in the world with you. It's been awesome. Love doing it with you. But there are so many other good podcasts that are basketball specific, and I just remember growing up just being so mad when I would tune into ESPN or a national media, and all they would do was just talk about the Cowboys quarterback. I know it's football season. We're in the middle of the NFL, and that's the more popular sport in America, and I get it. But just to have an outlet to go and listen to basketball with really intelligent people breaking down the game in great ways, a lot of different ways. Super thankful for that because we didn't have that growing up. Like growing up, we just had to get through, February, and then we finally started to hear something about the NBA. So I love that that's available now.
No, and I'll even piggyback that. The coverage on TV. I think that Prime and Peacock have been a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
Just giving us something different than what ESPN has been offering. Covering the game with joy and humor, and it's not just embrace debate. It's not the comparison game. It's really smart people breaking down the game in unique ways, in ways that resonate with people who really care about the sport.
Right.
I do feel like if you're a casual basketball fan, you could, maybe there's appeal to the constant, is LeBron clutch? Is Kobe as good as MJ? Like, it drives me nuts, but like, if you're just a casual fan, fine. But there are people like you and I, and there are a lot of people like you and I who want something deeper and something a little more intimate and conversational. And that was the whole reason why we started doing NBA Campfire to begin with.
Yep.
Not that, we're getting the amount of people watching or listening to us that we hope we'll one day get, but like, we wanted to elevate the level of conversation about the game of basketball and treat it with the respect and optimism and joy that it deserves. And, thankful for people like Zach Lowe.
Yep.
And all the guys with the Hoop Collective. And, like, there are just a lot of people doing it right, and those people should be getting a spotlight shined on them. Yeah, I completely agree.
Absolutely.
Okay. I actually kind of wish we would have done that one last. But my last one. Chris Paul announced that he's retiring from the NBA. I'm grateful for the career of Chris Paul.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I do feel like there's something like full circle about ending it with a podcast. Like we're on a podcast, like very meta. But no, Chris Paul. I think I was thinking about it ever since he announced his retirement. One of the greatest players ever, no matter what qualifications you want to put on it. He will get dinged historically because no MVP, no NBA title. And it's unfortunate that neither of those things happened for him because just looking at the last quarter century of NBA where, we could look back on things prior to then via YouTube and reading whatever we want. But like we were here for all of it 2000 on. We were watching even as little kids. We were fans who cared. He would be somebody who I will remember in my old age watching.
Oh, yeah.
There is a reason why he was nicknamed the point god. He is every bit as good as that nickname qualifies him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie of the Year, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, second all-time in career assists, second all-time in career steals, over 23,000 points. And regardless of what people want to say about his playoff resume, better in the postseason, at least statistically, than he was in the regular season. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals per game, all time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's just an all-time great, first ballot Hall of Famer, without question, goes without saying. And I'm going to miss having him in the NBA. And I'm grateful that we got to watch the entirety of a 21-year career.
Absolutely. Definitely will miss him snaking a ball screen into a 15-foot jumper.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you said it. But I'm not going to go, on too much because you covered it. But he was really an amazing point guard for almost all of his career, really up until the last year or two. He even really got OKC to a playoff. He helped build Shea. That was just a couple of years ago. And he's been at it.
Think about the... Sorry to interrupt. Think about the game he had to close out the Western Conference Finals when the Suns got to the NBA Finals.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a masterclass performance.
It kind of felt like his moment in a way.
That was his moment, absolutely. And I will always remember where I was watching that game. That to me was one of my favorite non-LeBron experiences as a basketball fan. Watching him get over the hump. It was so poetic that it happened against the Clippers, where it was for one night only. He turned into vintage CP3 one more time, and it was just beautiful to watch.
Yep. Absolutely. And his career progression, too, is awesome to watch. He came into the league, and he was so quick. Sneaky athletic, dunked all over Dwight, I think his rookie year. Just a pest on defense. And then as he got a little bit more matured, his IQ, the way he played the game, the way he moved pieces of the puzzle around and was able to get his guys looks, just a mastermind with the ball, and yeah, he'll be missed for sure. He's top point guard in league history without a doubt. Fun fact, I wore number 3 in college because of CP. So
did you really?
Yeah, I really liked him out of Wake. Liked him in Wake. Yeah, just a big Chris Paul fan. Also, he had really cool shoes. I don't know if you ever balled out in some CP3s back in the day, but
I have not.
He was a Jordan Brand guy. He had a sneaker. Yeah, no, much love to CP, and all the respect goes to him.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
We could be doing this for multiple more hours. I have so much that I'm grateful for about this incredible league, this incredible sport. Kind of to hit on what you were saying before, very grateful that we decided to cover this together. Look forward to doing it all season long. We got NBA Campfire breaking down the biggest moments, games, players of the last 25 years. New episodes every Friday. I want to dial up the frequency with which we're doing Modern Flame 2, just because it's been such a fun season so far, and
absolutely,
we got a lot that we could cover.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. We got a lot for you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us around the campfire today. Do your best to stay warm if you're traveling these holidays. Travel safe. Make sure to eat as much as your body can handle on Thanksgiving Day. Look for the crispy stuffing.
Hey now.
Vin, love to you and yours. Hope you and the fam have a great holiday.
Likewise, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to all. You know what to do.
I know what to do. Coming up on a brand new episode of Modern Flame. It's like I got stuck.